My name is Jo Gauda. I'm a founder of Hypnosis in the City. Today I would like to talk about the habit. What is the habit? Because the job of the hypnotherapist is to help you to change the habits you are not happy about. So first of all, what creates the habit for you? So the habit is created by repetition, and some of the habits are very good. So for example, once you started to learn how to ride a bicycle or drive a car, it is a good habit, and you've created this habit by repetition, simply repeating this thing all over again, all over again. So you sat on the bicycle and you were handling the steering wheel in a car, and then you've learned how to use the gearbox, and initially everything was a little bit wobbly, a little bit confusing, and maybe you didn't feel very much in control. But after some time, by repetition, things went automatically for you. So it means there's been like sort of a folder created on unconscious level when you don't even have to think about this activity anymore, because your unconscious mind knows how to do it without you consciously thinking about it. So I think driving a car is a very good example. Everything is all over the place. Initially, you look you look to the mirrors, you look at the gearbox. That's the way it was for me. You look at the pedals, and you just don't know how to do it. After some time, by repetition, uh, things will go automatically. Your body knows what to do. Your unconscious mind would know what to do. And then for some time, after some time, you just pass these traffic lights and you don't even remember consciously, was it red, was it amber, was it green? And then sometimes you're so much in your thoughts, in your mind, that you park in front of the house and you don't really remember the whole road and the whole journey. Suddenly just something will kick off in you, and you will bring yourself to the normal level of consciousness. So this is when we can see in our daily life the habit in working. And this is a good habit, because driving a car, riding a bicycle, learning the language, there are good habits, and all these things we learn them unconsciously. So learning the language is the completely unconscious activity. The same like we learn the new things we do, like even skiing, by repetition, and then the body remembers and unconscious mind would remember. So these habits are good. But some of the habits are bad habits, like for example, what would be a bad habit? Smoking, or eating too much, or drinking too much, or taking drugs. So we create something habitually by repetition, because we know the feeling which is associated with this activity. So for example, smoking. I bet when you had your first cigarette, you didn't like it. The first experience was not very good, but you made yourself a smoker. You've learned how to be a smoker by repetition, by repeating the same things all over again, simply by repetition. And it created the habit which went unconscious, which is sometimes now difficult to stop, because your unconscious will just use it automatically, so you don't have to think about it. So how we can change the habit? I will bring the example of a cigarette. So at the moment, when you, let's say you're a smoker, when you look at the cigarette and consciously, you see a big bad wolf, and you know eventually it's going to bite you. So what I mean by that, it might create some health problems for you, and it's simply not a very good thing for the fitness level as well. So consciously, you know this cigarette is a big bad wolf, but what unconscious mind will do, will put on this wolf, on the cigarette, nice and fluffy sheepskin. So there's element of cheating. Unconsciously, you would be thinking, oh, it's such a long way off for me. It's fine, I'm still young, I don't have any health issues, I still can run, I'm a good, it's a pleasure, I had such a stressful day, oh, just one cigarette or two cigarettes with a beer or with a drink. So there's element of cheating. We know consciously something is very bad for us, but there's this nice and fluffy sheepskin on the wolf, on the big bad wolf. So there is a this connection between what we think and see and feel consciously and unconsciously. So the job of the hypnotherapist with you is to help you to remove this sheepskin from the wolf. So then both consciously and unconsciously you will see the cigarette, obsessive eating, too much alcohol, drugs. You will see this as something very bad on both levels, consciously and unconsciously. And there's no unconscious advantage attached to the thing which is very bad for you, to the big bad wolf. So yes, it's about releasing the sheepskin, removing the sheepskin from the big bad wolf as far as habit goes.